The 14th day of December. Miranda and Chloe were enjoying a leisurely breakfast. Uncle Chloe, why are you still in your laboratory yesterday? Have you been spying on me? Chloe asked, arching his eyebrows. Of course not. I came to visit you yesterday, and you weren't here. I just guessed that you were in your laboratory, she explained, not mentioning that she had actually gone down there. I was reading my book of charms, Chloe said, sipping his tea. But you told me that as long as the prince has you under house arrest, you're not allowed to leave your chambers. Yes, that's true, Chloe answered, smiling. Then you've broken the law. My secret laboratory is part of my chambers, so I haven't disobeyed the prince. But the prince doesn't know you have a secret laboratory, Miranda said. Yes, and what the prince doesn't know won't hurt him. Then you can use your magic after all, Miranda said with a grin. Yes and no. The magic that's available to me while I'm prisoner is limited. I have no power over the prince or the magic compass. I can do nothing to make him change his mind about making the palaces disappear, but I can try to help the nieces. Miranda began to laugh. Uncle Chloe, I told you already, I'm too old to believe in fairy tales. Chloe said nothing. He crossed the room to the bookcase and opened the secret panel in the wall. Come with me, Miranda. I want to show you something. Miranda followed her uncle. It was the first time he had ever invited her into his laboratory. Deep within the dungeons of the Troll Castle, the nieces were waiting for Funika to arrive again with breakfast. Pendulum, make sure that Funika opens the door this time, Balto said. I'll do my best, Pendulum promised. As soon as we're free, we'll all hurry back to the safety of the Nice Palace, Tandra said. I'm afraid we won't be able to leave the castle right away, Pendulum remarked. What do you mean? Balto said. Funika has stolen my oiling can. I won't be able to stop the magic of the compass without my oiling can. That's my most important tinkering tool. Do you know where it is? Tandra asked. I know where it is, Archibald said, facing Tandra. Although he couldn't see Tandra or Balto, he knew they were there by their voices. Funika keeps all her shiny toys in the cupboards of the kitchen, he said. Suddenly, Clipper whispered, I can hear Funika. Tandra and Balto took up their positions on either side of the cell door. Here's your breakfast, Funika growled, shoving the tray under the door. Spike began to bark. Make that dog stop yapping, Funika ordered. It gives me a headache. I think Spike needs to go for a walk, Funika, Pendulum said. He's been cooped up here for a couple of days. Well, another hour or two isn't going to make any difference. But his barks will get louder, and you'll get a bigger headache, Pendulum said. I suppose you've got a point, Funika said. She unlocked the cell, and Spike scampered towards her, jumping up and licking her face. Get this mutt off me, she cried. While Spike was busy distracting Funika, Tandra and Balto slipped out of the cell. Funika managed to get Spike under control and slammed the cell door. Spike took off ahead of her down the hall. Come back here, she called after him, but Spike disappeared around the corner. Heel, boy, heel, she shouted, following him. It worked, Clipper cried, when he was sure Funika was gone. Spike was very clever to think of that trick, Pendulum said. As soon as we find the oiling can, we'll come back here and set you free, Balto said from the other side of the door. Pendulum wished Balto and Tandra luck as they set out to the kitchen. As Balto and Tandra were searching for Pendulum's oiling can, Chloe was leading Miranda down the stairs to a secret laboratory in the royal palace. He piled several logs into the fireplace as Miranda looked over the collection of magic. Don't touch anything, Chloe warned. Much of what I have is very fragile. I'm just looking, Miranda said. Now, Miranda, we're going to have a little talk about nieces, Chloe said. Again, Miranda said, laughing. Miranda, you might listen to what I'm going to tell you. But Miranda was only half listening. She was fascinated by all the jars, and scrolls in the laboratory. Brr, it's cold down here. Can you light a fire? She asked, rubbing her shoulders. You seem to have mastered the magic required to build a fire, Miranda. I was very impressed with the roaring fire you created in my library. Go ahead, try it again. But, Uncle Chloe, I've never actually started a fire with magic. The fire in your library was already burning. I just helped it along. And now is a good time as any to improve your powers. Come here, stand in front of the hearth. Miranda slowly approached the giant stone fireplace and stood in front of the logs. Chloe stood behind her and gently held her shoulders. Now concentrate, he whispered in her ear. Start a fire with the logs. Miranda stared at the logs and knit her brows, concentrating, but the logs wouldn't light. I don't have the power, Miranda said. Well, try again. First you must believe in what you can do. Are you ready? Miranda nodded and stared at the logs. She concentrated so hard her body began to tremble. Still no fire. I can't do it. Yes, you can. Clear your thoughts and think only of the fire. Imagine the logs bursting in flames. Try, Chloe whispered, urging her on. Miranda relaxed and took a deep breath. I want a big fire, she shouted. No sooner had she spoken than the logs exploded into flames. Miranda was so stunned by what she had done, she fell backwards. Chloe caught her. I did it, Uncle Chloe. I did it. Yes, but now you have to control it or it'll burn down the whole place, Chloe said, proud of his niece. Miranda gently blew on the logs and the fire settled in the hearth. There, everything's under control, Miranda whispered, still amazed at what she had accomplished. This is only the beginning, Miranda, Chloe said. The beginning, Uncle Chloe? I don't understand. What do you see when you look into the fire? I see the flames. What else? What else do you see when you look deep into the fire? Miranda followed the flames with her eyes as they danced in the fireplace. She looked into the fire deeply. I think I see something, she said, looking even deeper. And within the glow of the fireplace, Miranda saw Tandra and Balto appear in the flames. They were standing in the kitchen of Troll Castle, looking in the cupboards. Miranda saw them clearly as she thought she was there. I see nieces, Uncle Clo. They look just like as you described them to me in the fairy tales. As she concentrated with this, the image of the fireplace faded from sight and the flames died down. What happened? Where did they go? Miranda asked, blinking clear. It takes much practice to hold the magic, Miranda, but I'm impressed that you were able to hold the magic as long as you did. Bravo! Miranda was still staring at the fireplace. Can I try one of the spells from your Book of Charms to bring them back? Clo crossed the room and sat in his chair. No, Miranda. My Book of Charms is very powerful. You would have to be an experienced wizard like me to use the book. What is that strange place I saw? Miranda said. Why have I never seen the nieces before? You've never seen the nieces because you've never tried. Miranda sat beside Clo. But I just saw them, so they must be real. Clo began to tell Miranda everything that had happened to the nieces since the 1st of December. Tandra and Balto had found Pendulum's oiling can in the kitchen where Archibald said it would be. They rushed back to the dungeon and opened the door of the cell. We'd better hurry, Balto said to the others. Fenica will probably come back soon. They all rushed into the end of the hallway. Balto found the loose stone and gave it a push. It fell to the ground on the other side of the tunnel. Your mother and I will go first, Balto said to Clipper. Then you and Pendulum can follow. What about me? Archibald asked. Everyone turned and looked at him. They'd forgotten about the troll. Mama, Papa, we can't leave Archibald here. We can't take a troll with us, though, Balto said. But he's been good to us. It's our fault he's in here the cell with us, Clipper said. That's true. But Balto wasn't sure what to do. Please don't leave me here, Archibald pleaded. Fenica will be angry when she discovers you've all escaped. Well, all right, Balto said, but hurry. The nieces and Archibald crawled through the opening in the wall, and then they were safe within the burrow on the other side. Balto replaced the stone. This way, he said. It's a long walk. We'll stop and spend the night at the White Palace. Archibald followed the nieces, his heart pounding with excitement. He was on his way to the Niece Palace and new adventures. Until tomorrow, good night.